Good evening, this is Econ Cat 88, and I just wanted to make a report here about a levy, property tax levy that was on the ballot to fund city parks to steal $3 million per year for 10 years from the Toledo property owners. It failed by 8,000 or 9,000 votes. So they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. Hopefully they don't put it back on the ballot again. But I just want to say thanks to everybody that voted no, voted against this scam, theft, levy, whatever they want to call it, attempt. And remember, if they put it back on the ballot, which they probably will, vote against it the next time. Vote against it each and every other time that it's put back on the ballot until they finally realize that we are overtaxed and we've had enough, and they're just going to have to learn to live within their means. So this video should be about another 2 minutes from the news clip from last night.
Back to the drawing board for Toledo city leaders. Voters rejected a new levy for parks and recreation. Rob Brzezinski joins us with new details of what's next in that arena. So, Rob, next week, Toledo's mayor will unveil his budget plan for next year.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. And while the mayor's office says don't expect to see any major cuts in parks and rec funding, one council member who led the levy effort says she's worried the levy defeat will result in some shuttered swimming pools being cut out of the city landscape. Even though it's been a few years since facilities such as Ravine Pool and Detweiler Pool have been put to use, Council's Lindsay Webb is worried the defeat of the Toledo Parks and Rec levy will mean the end of the line for those pools.
And I begged the mayor not to demolish some of those pools waiting for the outcome of this election. So it's entirely conceivable that several more of the pools that were on the chopping block to be demolished will be demolished next year.
The mayor's office says the 2013 budget plan to be released next week aims to reopen pools used this year, but Webb wonders what other cuts might be made.
With this fresh in the mayor's mind, I am a little bit concerned about what the mayor's budget proposal may look like for recreation in the city of Toledo.
While a new dedicated funding stream through a Parks and Rec levy has been rejected by voters, Webb says results of a $25,000 master plan will likely be released early next year.
We have a consultant on board. We're going to be looking at a long-term master plan that's probably going to involve downsizing recreation and figuring out priorities, and also identifying community partners that we can partner with to provide recreational opportunities for Toledo residents.
And what about the possibility of another levy attempt in the future?
I'm optimistic that we could revisit something like this, but we're gonna start out small and start out, living within our means. We have not invested capital money in our park system in some substantial period of time, and it shows. There is a real disparity between what is offered in our suburban communities and what is offered in Toledo.
I'm Rob Brzezinski.
And this is Econ Cat 88. And another point to make is to the voters here in Toledo. Each and every time Councilwoman Lindsay Webb is on the ballot, vote against her as well. Because although she said they're going to try to live within their means, we all know that that is pure BS.